all of you in so much interesting and so much favorite of mine season. It's winter. So I would like to ask some of you, what is the so much interesting thing you like so much for the winter? What's the reason if you like the winter, and what's the reason if you don't like the winter? So Toastmaster Urusa Kamal, do you like the winter or not?
Oh, yes, I like winters.
Why you like? What's the most one thing you like?
You don't sweat. That's the best thing. People don't sweat. There's no
I can
sweating.
say that because you being a girl, this is the main thing which we have to face. So I agree with this one point as well. Toastmaster Ghulam Kadir, would you like to speak that what you like the most regarding the winter?
Honestly, I don't like winters because the
Oh
thing
my
is
god.
that I'm unable to go out to the parks in the morning. I'm a morning person, and my routine is
Okay.
that when I'm awake, I go to the parks. At least I walk for 5 kilometers. But in winters, I'm unable to do that, and
Okay.
that is the reason why I
Have you ever tried to go into winter season as well? Have you ever enjoyed the winter?
tried it and then fell ill.
Because only
so
one time and two
so
times you have tried.
exactly.
Try to four and the five times. Honestly speaking, just cover yourself like I has covered, and you are gonna enjoy a lot the winter than your summer.
I'm
Really,
going to
that's
borrow your
quite
coat then.
cozy.
I'm going to borrow your
Yeah.
coat and then go out
Sure,
in the
sure,
morning.
you may.
Sure?
You may take my gifts as
Done
well.
deal.
Thank you so much.
Done deal.
Okay. Okay. So come towards our today's team, and without any delay, just come towards our meeting. So we must say thank you so much, COVID, for giving us this chance. In the cozy weather, we can enjoy the coffee and we can have our meeting at our home. So have your coffees, bakers, or have your tea as well. If you are real Pakistani, you will prefer the tea than the coffee and enjoy our meeting. So as you know that in the Toastmaster, in every meeting, we learn the things which we don't learn anywhere. But you know what? For making anything successful, there are many facilitators. So I would like to invite the all facilitators to just explain their role and their duties that actually what they are going to do. So very first, I would like to ask the Gramian, kindly explain your role that what you're going to perform today. And the Gramian role is going to be performed none other than our diamond DTM Talha bin Hamid. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day. And I must say, wonderful, wonderful start. Winter is my favorite too. Uh, I'll be performing the role of grammarian today. As a grammarian, I will be noting down any grammatical errors that I come across during the meeting, and I'll be suggesting correct treatment of those words or phrases without taking any names. I will also try to notice good and creative usage of the language and highlight them at the end of my report. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Gramian. Come towards the most important role for anything, even in life. And this role is going to perform by our so much innocent President Toastmaster Urusa Kawal. So, Miss Timer, would you like to explain your role?
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day. I will be timing all the segments today, and the timing for the segments would be as prescribed in the agenda. For the prepared speeches, when the minimum time strikes, I would be turning on the green light. Then, as 1 minute passes, a yellow light. And when the qualifying time strikes, the red light. And then you will have 30 seconds to wrap up your speech. For the table topics, at 1 minute, I will be turning on the green light. Then at 1 minute 30 seconds, the yellow light, and at 2 minutes, the red light. And at 2 minutes 30 seconds, the speaker has to wrap up their speech. For the evaluators, the time slot is 2 to 3 minutes. So at 2 minutes, I will be turning on the green light, at 2 minutes 30 seconds, the yellow light, and at 3 minutes, the red light. And at 2 minutes 30 seconds, this evaluator has to wrap up their speech. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Tamara. You have explained your role in a very clearly way. Come towards our next role player, technical host. This role is gonna performed by none other than Toastmaster Azhar. Asher, are you with us?
He'll be joining in a few minutes,
Okay.
but I can
Toastmaster, okay,
yeah,
you
I
can
can
explain.
describe the
Thank you
role.
so much.
Yeah. So a technical host role is briefly just to manage the meeting and to see and safeguard against any attacks, and also to address the technical problems that speakers may face. That's basically the role of the technical host.
Thank you so much. This is also the quality of the Toastmaster that everybody is ready to help to each other and volunteer themselves. Thank you so much, DTM Talha, for this. Our next role player, uh, that's vote counter, and that's going to be performed by DTM Talha. Would you like to explain your role?
Yeah. So on 4 occasions during the speech, you'll be asked to vote. That will be for the best speaker, best table topic speaker, best evaluator, and best big four. On all those 4 occasions, you'll be asked to uh, cast your vote through a Zoom poll. If the Zoom poll won't work, then a Google form will be floated. But usually, Zoom poll works. And as a vote counter, it is not my job to cast a vote unless there's a tie. So, with that, over to you once again, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, DTM Talha. Come to us our next role, which is word master, and that role is again gonna be performed by TTM Talha. Would you like to explain your role and what is the word of the day?
Yeah, word of the day is frigid, and frigid is also what most of us would be feeling right now, which is cold and which is frozen. So that's what the word frigid means. As word master, which is a complementary role to the grammarian, I'll be looking at how many times this word was used, and I'll be reporting how many times this word was used at the end of the meeting.
Thank you so much, TTM Talha. Fidget, that means is that when you feel somehow the cool. As we know that when the temperature is quite low, we feel fidget. But the most important thing is that you can enjoy having ice cream in this one winter, and that's gonna be adding the beauty. Come towards our next role player, which is super listener. That role is gonna be performed by Toastmaster Kareem. Toastmaster Kareem, screen is yours. Kindly explain your role.
Hello, guys. Toastmasters, the listener role is basically to listen everyone, and I'll be listing everyone will mark some important words so you can recognize these words and
I guess so that Toastmaster Kareem has somehow the technical problem, internet issue, but he's gonna listen everything very carefully, and at the end, basically, he's gonna ask that some words related to that. It's somehow the summary of his role. Come towards our next, but most important one role, I must say, because it's easy to be sad in the world, but it's quite hard to make happy your own self and make happy to other people as well. For that, we have a very important role that's called the joke master. So today's night, the joke master role is gonna be performed by Toastmaster Hiba Rais. Toastmaster Hiba Rais, would you like to explain your role?
Okay, as the joke master, I would be telling a few jokes to the audience as per the tradition, and they are as follows: that I must admit I am not accustomed to public speaking. Up until I thought, so I was asked to give the speech, I thought a Toastmaster was a kind of kitchen appliance. Then, did you hear about the two spiders who got engaged? They met on the web. Whatever you do, always give your 100% unless it's your blood. And how does a dog stop a movie? He presses pause. And last, you don't need to be on the same wavelength in a marriage. You don't need
Thank
to
you
be,
so much.
sorry, just last one. You don't need to be on the same wavelength in a marriage in order to make it succeed. You just need to be able to ride the waves. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Hiba and the joke master, to make us laugh and to give us the reason to laugh. Come towards the counter, Toastmaster Azhar. Can you explain your role, or should I just conclude it?
Yes,
Toastmaster
I
Azhar.
can explain to my
Yes.
role. And whenever everyone say the and this kind of sound, I will note in my notepad. And the meeting, I'll explain how many times who said these words.
And you're going to submit your report to general evaluator. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Azhar, to explain your role. Now come towards our main thing, that what we actually are going to do that with our facilitators. We're going to arrange a meeting, and in the meeting we are going to have basically a three segment. The first is prepared speech or projects. This one segment is going to be performed by the members, but don't worry about guests, that why they all are here. So for the guests, there is the second segment that's called the table topic session. In that, their informed speeches are gonna be performed. Many topics are gonna be given to you, and then you have to speak on that. You need to prove yourself that actually what you are, and just make your day with the KTC memorable. Come towards our third segment, which is evaluation. This is so much important for us, because if you don't know about the good dates and the bad points of yours, so how you are going to overcome on that, and how you are going to remove on that. So for that, we have an evaluation segment as well. So let's start the meeting. Are you all are excited or not for today's meeting? Is there anyone, or have you slept? I have just made you sleepy. Am I audible?
Oh, yes, you're audible.
Okay, I thought that I have made you sleepy. Oh my god. Okay. Now I'm not gonna take you more time. Just start now and just enjoy your winter. First segment, come towards our first segment, which is our basically project segment. The first speech is gonna performed by Toastmaster Noreen Fatma, and evaluated by Toastmaster Urusa Kawal. So Toastmaster Urusa Kawal, would you like to explain
Toastmaster
that?
Fire.
Yes.
There was a revised agenda, and Toastmaster Latif is going to go first.
Okay, so for the Toastmaster Latif, I would like to call Toastmaster Hiba. Kindly explain his details, project details.
Sorry, I didn't go through the revised agenda myself, but
Do you have
first,
evaluation form?
yes, I have it in my mobile.
Okay.
Okay, Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali is doing his presentation mastery level 1, researching and presenting body fast. The title of his speech and the duration is 5 to 7 minutes. And the objectives of his speech are, there's one. The purpose of this project is for the member to learn or review basic research methods and present a well organized, well researched speech on any topic. Over to you, TM Latif. The virtual stage is yours.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Today, I will give you an opportunity that you have to prove yourself and not others. Whatever the problems, whatever the difficulties are, you have to come out by yourself. Even if there is a tiny mistake made by someone else, or because of that, you have to say, it is me. I could have made it better. So today I'm going to explain you, which is very difficult and most heartsome role for each and every one. We all are concerned about perfection in our life. The best car, the best house, the best family, or even if we have some differences between our families, outside world, we present that we are the best. So while we are in that we have to prove others better, let's improve and prove ourselves. Today I would discuss something which I'm going through from last 2 weeks, and it is helping me out. So I thought it's worth sharing that small incident which made me what you can see today. Start January, Latif was weighing around 80 kilos, 82, 83, and I was wearing a t-shirt that I am not fat. It is my awesomeness which is swelling outside, So this kind of t-shirts I used to wear just to satisfy myself. But then there are two ways you have to improve. Either you accept what you are or you try to change. I accept to change. Now, while I was going through dieting, I had a lot of problems. I am not a one who will have green salad day in, day out. Or you tell me whenever you want, you just have this salad. I love salad, but not on cause of chicken biryani or anything special what we always love to have. So while going through some of the ideas of how I can improve my health, plus I can control my heart also, like whatever it is, it has to be in line. I decided to visit and get a membership at this website. This website is Body Fast. Body Fast is an app actually, and it will take care each and every process of your body. For example, what is your main goal? Your main goal is that you have 80, you have to come across 74, 75, 76. You have to reduce 6 kilos. What happens when it comes to fasting? When it comes to fasting, it has a lot of ideas in mind that, okay, we cannot skip our lunch, we cannot skip our dinner, we cannot skip our breakfast, which is very important. So this fast is about 18 plus 6, which is 18 hours you have to be fasting, and then for the 6 hours you can eat whatever you like. When I say whatever, you can have whatever. Try to not have the sodas, the Coca-Cola or the more sugar content, but yes. But for the 18 hours, what you have to do? For this 18 hours, you can have black coffee of Manila. If Saad Amin is there, not of the Karachi one, with milk. Black coffee. Then we can have our green tea without sugar, plain, and a lot of water. What it helps? While fasting, it will help you. The body will go for few process, which is like the first time when I'm talking about 18 hours. 18 hours is a big, long hours. But then when you consider it from evening 6 p.m. till afternoon, next day afternoon 12 noon, it is just about 6 hours in the evening and 6 hours after you wake up, or 4 hours after you wake up. The night is not. But then you have to control yourself in a way that you make sure you don't spoil that 6 to 7 hours. Now what have happened? Your body starts fasting the first 4 hours. It does the insulin actually. What it does, it digests in your body the first 4 hours. It takes from your body each and every part, and then whatever it wants for the blood, it takes it for the good and the bad fat and everything. It divides. But then the next 4 hour, it starts to low down the insulin. This is when you feel a lot of hunger again. This is the time when you say, okay, let me munch something. This fourth hour, if you have 2 glasses of water, I think that's it. Then the next 4 hour is more important. It reduces your blood sugar. More important, blood sugar. After this 4 hours and 4 hours, yeah, total 8 hours is already done, and now you are in sleeping mode. It's just after 2 hours. In 10 hours, it will start reducing your fat. Now, how it does reduce? The body has installed itself that if it doesn't get anything from the food, it takes from your fatty acids. The metabolic system, it changes. After this, the 14th hour, the 10 hour, and then the 12th and 14th hour is more important. The 14th hour is the most important. Why I'm saying? Because your dead cells goes activate again. You are more energetic. Let me tell you, if you go with this body fast website, I'm telling you, it does not have any yo-yo effect. Like, okay, I died for like 4 hours or 2 weeks or something like that. But in 2 weeks, almost 3 or 4 weeks, I have reduced more than 7 kilos. Today, people say, Latif, you are looking 10 years younger, but I am younger from ever. So challenge yourself, prove yourself, not others, and achieve your goal. Try visiting Body Fast. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Latif, for completing your project in such a nice way. Come towards our next speaker. He is Toastmaster Kareem, and his speech will be evaluated by Toastmaster Noreen Fatma. Noreen Fatma, would you like to explain the project details?
Yes, thank you so much, ma'am, Toastmaster of the evening. Today, Toastmaster Kareem Meghani will deliver his level 3 project from Effective Social Speech Path. And his speech title is A Silent Contributor, a Silent Contributor, a Speech to Honor an Individual. And the time duration of the speech is 3 to 4 minutes. And the objective of the project is to practice delivering social speeches in front of club members. Over to you, Toastmaster Kareem.
I am audible to all of you?
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are.
You empowered us with the power of knowledge. You motivated us with the best tutelage. You helped us move ahead with unending motivation. As a leader and a human being, you are a true inspiration. Distinguished Toastmasters, Toastmaster of the Day, and guests. Today, I'll be talking about one of the inspiring personalities of Pakistan academic world, which really inspired me in my young ages. And this guy, I see him still on television, still sometimes I read his articles. Today there was a wonderful article in Dawn. He published it on COVID situation and he interviewed 99 intellectuals of the world. And maybe you recognize him. He is Dr. Adil Anjum. Dr. Adil Anjum goes back in my history, in my life, in 1990s, when I used to watch Pakistan television. And Pakistan television was a history at that time to have lot of educational programs. I remember Dr. Parvez Hudbai, Dr. Adil Anjum, And there, and Naim Bukhari, you can name it. There are several individuals who are talking about education, who are talking intellectual work. Ashwaq Ahmed, Banu Qutsia, these all were great intellectuals of Pakistan. But I remember Dr. Adil Anjum because he is still our contemporary. He is still writing about the contemporary issues which is going on in the world. Let me talk about this Sitara Imtiaz winner, Dr. Adil Anjum. Dr. Adil Anjum was from Pakistan. He did his master's in bachelor's in Pakistan, and then he moved to US for in Boston University to do his PhD. Dr. Adil Anjum was really an influence on the young community at 1990s. In a young age of 21, he was hosting a program in PTV called Mehman-e Khususi. I remember that program because he was interviewing one of our Pakistan captain, Kardar, and Moin Qureshi, the commentators at that time. And I really love to listen to these individuals when I'm looking at cricket at that time. I remember 1987 series and Pakistan India. Moin Qureshi was one of the finest commentator I remember. Dr. Adil Anjum, how he inspired us. He created a website, a blog, all the Pakistaniyat in early 1990s, and this site was awarded internationally. What was fun about this blog that he was in that age when the internet was just young. He was talking about Pakistan. Mainly, he lived all his life in US, in Houston, but his heart was still with Pakistan. He's still a renowned scholar, very respected scholar, with all the names of United Nations, UN Charter, WHO, everybody, when they speak about some intellectual issue, they call Dr. Adil Anjum. And Dr. Adil Anjum is currently a dean in Houston University with Frederick College. He's right now a dean of this college. And he is not in Pakistan, but he is in Pakistan. And I feel that kind of inspiration of a Pakistani with such a large scale, that's a huge contribution. He's our silent hero of Pakistan all over the world, talking about Pakistan, but not living in Pakistan, but contributing. Ladies and gentlemen, this is for Dr. Adil Anjum. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster, for completing your project in such a nice way. Come towards our third speaker, Toastmaster Noreen Fatma. And her speech will be evaluated by Toastmaster Urusa Kawal. Toastmaster Urusa Kawal, would you like to explain her project details? Toastmaster Urusa, are you with us? Can you unmute
Yes,
yourself? Okay,
yes, just give me a few minutes.
sure.
All right. So Toastmaster Noreen would be presenting her project, Understanding Your Communication Style, from her pathways. There are two windows. From her pathways, Dynamic Leadership. Toastmaster Noreen, your title isn't available to me, so I'll just read out the evaluation resource. The purpose of the project is for the member to learn about different communication styles and identify her primary style. The purpose of the speech is for the member to share the impact of her style on others. So the speech length is 5 to 7 minutes. Over to you, Toastmaster Noreen.
Toastmaster Noreen,
Yeah.
what's
Okay.
my communication style?
I'm ready.
Stage is yours.
Okay. Good communication is a bridge between confusion and clarity. Fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, how many of you believe that effective communication is a strong key for building strong relationships? Can you please raise your hand if you believe that effective communication is really much important? Yes, I can see many hands. Fellow Toastmasters, effective communication is a key factor for not building strong relationships among people with your friends or your family, but it also helps you to avoid unnecessary conflicts with the people while having conversation with them. However, awareness of your communication style when relating to others can help you in building strong relationships with not only your friends and relatives, but it will also helps you in achieving what you want during your conversation. It helps you to achieve your desired outcome if you know your communication style. Fellow Toastmasters, a communication style is a way in which we share others our message through language. And there are many different communication styles. There can be, then these are different, which can be initiating, direct, analytical, and supportive communication. And every person apply different communication styles according to their need. So today, I'm going to share my journey of exploring my communication style and how it has transformed my life. Starting from my college and university life, I was not a person when teacher used to ask, raise your if you have any question, you can ask and raise your hand if you want to. I was not a person who want to come into limelight and want to be teacher's favorite because I was a very introvert or shy person. I don't even know it was my communication style at that time. I still ignored it. But when I came to university, when I noticed that my fellow students, my class fellows got full marks in presentations, I used to get only in 5 out of, I normally used to get 2.5 or 3, and I was happy with that. I never felt important that it is really important to get full marks in presentation. I still ignored it. But then there came a time when I was selected for a biodiversity workshop in Singapore by Global Youth Biodiversity Network. In that conference, in that workshop, 1 week conference, different delegates from Asia were gathered at Singapore, and we had a 5 days different 5 days workshop in which we had different sessions and different team building activities. Then I realized that I was the only lonely person, and my fellow delegates were having conversation and they are having fun because I was very introvert person. I was not a person who can go and communicate with others directly because I was a shy. After coming back, I realized that I am lacking the skill. I need to improve this communication style. While communication style was very much far away at that time I need to realize that I need to improve my communication. And I also felt at that time when my supervisor sent me to different ministry communications to get data from different ministry officials. I was working on CPAC at that time, and only I could get information or data from Ministry of Environment and Ministry of Energy. And I used to request my supervisor, sir, please talk to this person and help me in getting information. And he used to say, no, you have to go and you have to collect information by yourself. And it was really, trust me, it was really difficult time of my life. And I used to go and convince him that I need information, I need to know, I need to get some stats about my research topic. And it was really difficult for me to convince them that what is my objective, why I'm coming here. And it really, and after that, I realized I really need to work on this. And then back in 2018, I came to know about Toastmasters. I came to know Toastmasters from social media. I attended its first meeting. And when I was called upon stage to introduce myself, literally I was shivering. I was not even to introduce myself because I never spoke on stage, or I ever got a chance to introduce myself or speak, or to participate in public speaking programs. So I was very reluctant and I was shivering at that time. And after, I think, first meeting, I decided that I need the membership of this club and have to become a competent or effective communicator like these fellow Toastmasters. And after 2 years, I felt a huge difference in my life. Not only I am succeeding in my professional life, now I am able to present my reports in front of my bosses, in front of my director journal, but now I'm also able to conduct meetings with different stakeholders of my research related topics, and it has really helped me. And imagine now I am serving as VP membership. You know, it is a really difficult task. And not in this, actually, my leadership role has helped me in improving my initiating style of communication. Can you imagine, in last month, when I was infected by COVID and I was not attending club meetings, I was able to induct 5 club members. And my club president was amazed that how could you do this? How have you done this? And it was all I think, was all the efforts and hard work and the commitment of mine that actually I participated in Toastmasters meeting, and it has helped me in improving my the initiating communication style. The second communication style that I normally apply in my professional life is analytical communication style. It is a style which helps me in organizing meetings and having conversation in an organized manner, in which I normally develop a questionnaire and I have question answer sessions with my different stakeholders, relevant stakeholders. And from the answers, I normally extract information related to my field. And it has helped me a lot in achieving my desired outcome. So fellow Toastmasters, these are my communication styles that I have explored so far and still working on it. And remember, fellow Toastmasters, while choosing your communication style, that only a healthy communication style is assertive communication. Over to you, Toastmaster Faya.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Noreen. Let me tell you the one more thing which is so much important for the winter, which is basically a blessing from Allah Ta'ala's side. So I have some things, some blessing, and I'm gonna share it virtually to all of you, which I have brought for all of you. So let's see that how many of you can get that and how. So come towards our fourth speaker, who is Toastmaster Wajad. And Toastmaster Wajad is evaluated by Toastmaster Latif. Toastmaster Latif, would you like to explain his project details? Toastmaster Latif, stage is yours.
Where is Latif? Here is Latif. Okay.
He is here.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Can you please, I'm sorry, with your permission, can you invite DTM Tala also? Because with this, I'm going to have my another project.
Okay, sure. Toastmaster Talha, DTM Talha, would you like to help him?
Yeah, sure.
Toastmaster Latif, in what manner you need DTM Talha's help?
I think what he means is that he needs I need to evaluate his evaluation. So I think that's is that right? Yeah, sure. So that I can always do. Once I listen to your evaluation, you can pass me the sheet, and I will deliver your evaluation to you. So no big deal.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Today, my target speaker, TM Wajahat, will be presenting his first project in level 2, Understanding Your Communication Style. His speech title is The Guardian Angel. Speech length is 5 to 7 minutes. Purpose statement of his speech is for the member to learn about different communication style and identify his primary style. for the member to share the impact of his style on others. Speech title, The Guardian Angel. TM Wajahat, over to you.
Suppose you are doing your routine work and an angel is sitting on your head. He has got the notebook with himself and he is writing all the thoughts running into your mind. Suppose you are thinking that the life is awful, so he writes awful. Suppose you are thinking that the day is boring, so he writes boring. Suppose you are thinking that I am unhealthy, I am not feeling well, so he writes that you are not feeling well. And at the end of the day, he is fulfilling all your wishes because your thoughts was full of fear, sorrow, and grief. So he is fulfilling all your wishes. So this is the angel, which we can call subconscious mind. It is just like a wild monkey running here and there, eating this thing, and when he's about to eat something, and then he jump on the other side because of the lateness of focus. He is standing or lying on one tree, and then again, at the same time, he try to jump on the other tree. So at the end of the day, if you want to make this wild monkey into your control, so you have to give the purpose to this wild monkey. And this wild monkey is your subconscious mind. Communicating your conscious mind to subconscious mind needs strong emotions. The thoughts which you have got into your mind, these thoughts, if these thoughts have got the strong emotions, conviction, belief with you, so definitely these strong thoughts stay in your conscious mind. And if these thoughts stay in your conscious mind, so automatically these thoughts will make their houses in your subconscious mind. So this is the way we can bring the positive thoughts in our conscious mind, and after that it will deliver into the subconscious mind, because subconscious mind is 100% responsible to give us the mindset, because whatever the decisions we are making, the 80% involvement is from the subconscious mind. Like unfortunately, the strong emotion thoughts are dependent on the both sides. Either they are negative, either they are positive. And more unfortunate thing is that negative thoughts are more stronger than the positive thoughts. How we can counter negative thoughts if they are stronger? Suppose the negative thought is coming into our mind, the counter therapy is the main thing that we can is the bazooka that we can counter these kind of negative thoughts. That suppose anything coming negative into your mind, and at the same time you give the extreme positive counter to that negative thought. So automatically your thought pattern will be changing day by day. Like suppose you are thinking that right now I am thinking that I am going to give a speech in front of you, and at the end of the speech I am going to embarrass myself in front of you. This is the negative thought I am getting into my mind. But at the same time, I will bring the positive extreme thought as a counter, that maybe at the end of the speech you are giving to 5-minute applause, or maybe you are going to give me 5-minute standing ovation. So this kind of strong positive thought we can counter against the strong negative thought. You can also do the therapy of delete button. Like suppose you are imagining that the negative thought is a program, is a file, or anything else into your computer. You just give this kind of imagination to your mind, and you just press the delete button, and automatically these kind of thoughts will be vanished from your mind. So you can just imagine that the negative thought is a small mice, and is sitting in front of you, and you just crush that mice with your fist. So these kind of imagination you can just put into your mind in order to conquer your subconscious mind and conquer your conscious mind. Auto suggestion. Auto suggestion is also very important. We are living with our life with 5 senses. I can see, I can smell, I can taste, I can hear, I can observe. These kind of data we are receiving from the conscious mind on daily basis. So these are the five senses. So always give the positive thought. Like auto suggestion is just like that. You are suggesting something to your mind. Like if I want to start any business, the only man in the world who is going to stop me is me first. So at the end of the day, I will have to give the positive thought to my brain. So at the end of the day, auto suggestion will play a very, very strong role in the therapy. Suppose mantra technique is also very important. Like whatever we are repeating by ourselves, we have to be very loud. Like if we speak louder, louder and louder, so automatically the conviction, belief, and motive there must be in the speech whatever we are speaking towards our mind. So loudness is also very important. And mantra means repeating again the same thing. So definitely at the end of some time, maybe 1 week or 2 weeks, the mind will get the conviction by himself, by itself. So that is the thing. It also go towards the negative thoughts as well. Suppose the main reason of illness, the main reason of sickness is uh, just if we ask the doctor, he said that the main reason is hypochondria. That the fear that I am going to sick any day in future. This is the main reason that people got sick. So hypochondria is the main reason. So negative thoughts and positive thoughts play the vital role in what way our life is going to go. So these are the things. So I think we should just think about the healthy life. So automatically we are having the healthy lifestyle in upcoming days. So my suggestion is that we are giving tasks, desires, and goals to the subconscious mind, and automatically is giving us the information, opportunities, and ideas. So at the end of the day, we just always think to grow automatically. Suppose if I think to grow automatically, the opportunities come towards me. So these are the opportunities which is provided by the subconscious mind to the conscious mind. So over to you, Toastmasters. Thank you.
Master Wajahat, come towards our next speaker, who is Toastmaster Ali Ashar, and he is going to be evaluated by none other than DTM Talha bin Hamid. DTM Talha bin Hamid, would you like to explain his project details?
I didn't get the agenda. Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I made the agenda. So thank you so much, Toastmaster of the day. And today, Toastmaster Ali Asher Anjum is speaking on the project, which is Know Your Sense of Humor. It's from the Engaging Humor Path, and it's his, if I'm correct, level 2, project 1. Wait a second.
It's
Yeah.
level two.
Sorry?
It's
Yeah,
level
it's
two.
level 2, project 1, right? Yeah. So the purpose of this project is to begin developing a collection of humorous stories and present a speech that includes humor. So the member completing this project is working to add humor to a speech through anecdotes and stories. The speech should not be a report on the content of Know Your Sense of Humor. So as his pathway is engaging humor, this is the primary project of his second level. And he's no stranger to humor. He manages to make us smile in every speech. This time he has to do it in a structured and purposeful manner. So with that, Toastmaster Aliyashar Anjum, I can prove anything. I can prove anything, Toastmaster Aliyashar Anjum.
Okay. According to George Canning, he can prove anything except truth. But I claim that I can prove anything if I want. In fact, I still remember 2 years before, my girlfriend, who was in love with me, I proved to her that she is not in love with me, but she is in love with my friend. And to be honest, I was a good friend of my friend, but actually, I was afraid of my mother because I know that if my brother came to know about her, she is going to tear me apart. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. I always been a good student. As I entered into the university, I was a shy, quiet boy, but as semester progresses, I turn out to be a good boy, a nerd, and and with my prudence and wisdom, people think that I can prove anything. So what they usually do whenever they want to do negotiation with the teachers or anyone, they just push me forward and say that Ali, you can prove anything. And that thing just broadened my shoulders. And and due to this all thing, my inner self was self-obsessed, and I just start suffering from the narcissism. Usually, I used to feel that whole corridors were chanting and murmuring, and and I can sense the ego. Only you can do everything. You can do anything. You can do anything. As I rush to the staff room with my this innocent face, I negotiate with the teacher and then come back to the corridor and say, yes, I can do anything. But the story was not as simple as it seems. In 2018, I got my first tuition, and he was a class 8 boy of a well-reputed uh, school, and he is going to register himself in a Guinness Book of World Record for for teasing his tutors, because before me there were 20 tutors who had been kicked out from his house because he always teased them and made them realize embarrassed or nervous. But knowing that thing, that I can prove anything, I get that challenge. I get that challenge. I get that challenge. And let me tell you that I could not make his name into the Guinness Book of World Record because I sustained there and fostered him for the rest of the 1 year. But my initial days were not that good. Why? Because whenever I entered in his room, he always asked me, how are you, sir? And his second in question was, how was your girlfriend? I said, I don't have girlfriends. And he teased me that I have. Oh my God, the Generation Z. As these passes, every day he come up with a new question. And as I was self-obsessed and being narcissist, I always listen to answer him and always use my logic, philosophy, numbers, and all those things to prove that I know everything and I can do everything. But one day he come with a plethora of questions. Although He was my mentee. So he's going to prove that he's going to he know everything and I don't. So his first question was, sir, we go we say we use the word older for the elderly people. So why we don't use new people for the young ones? Nice question. I just repeated. Nice question there. Then he again asked me a second question. He said that if why we call it a chili when it is so hot? His third question was his third question was was do we own a land towards the center of earth? All those round of questions made me realize that, oh no, he's my mentee. And I have mentored him so well that he is also self-obsessed and now he's trying to lead me. And at that moment, I realized that I know nothing. And I actually know nothing. And I came to know that illusion of knowing everything is worse than not being educated. Over to you Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ali Asher. I would like to ask you that are you ready for the agenda? Because next speaker is Navinta and you are evaluator. Are you ready?
Yes, I am ready with. Yes, I'm ready. Okay.
Okay.
The next speaker is Toastmaster Navinda Garan, and she is on her pathway of leadership development, level 4. Her project is question answer session, and the timing for the project is 15 to 20 minutes. So best of luck, Toastmaster Navinda Garan.
Thank you. Okay. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Here I am again with a very thought provoking topic, and that is a very common one anxiety. In our lives, every one of us has dealt with anxiety or stress or fear, apprehension. How, for the first time, you manage anxiety? Did you ever knew about anxiety? How to cope with your stresses? Like for the first time, I was going to a wedding. I was new into the city, and I was very much, upset because I didn't have clothes to wear. And I was like, what I'm going to wear? People will notice that what she has wore, she doesn't have clothes to wear. I went to the wedding. A lady came to me and she was continuously staring at myself. And I was like, why she's staring at me? I was, deeply sad, or you can say, my hands were jerking. And I suddenly asked that auntie, why are you staring at me? And she was like, no, I was just looking at the backside. So I was feeling so anxious. I was stressful because in deep inside me, I was not satisfied with myself. It's not about being the other person, it's all about your feelings. So, okay, 1 in 14 people always deal with anxiety, has anxiety. And when we discuss our worriness, our stress situation with the friends, people generally say, not to worry, just get over it. It's a very normal thing. Why? Because no one actually knows what anxiety is and how to deal with it, whether it's an illness or it's a personality or it's a normal worryingism. So that's why everyone, even in schools, uh, children, in teenagers, in colleges, at jobs. I think there should be a session related to how to control your stress, how to control your anxieties. In any of your workplaces, does this kind of sessions happens? Okay. And any one of you can share your experience that how you dealt with an anxiety situation, and I'll let you know a very good story of mine that how I deal my anxiety situations.
Actually, I have got a lot of attraction to explain you how to handle the anxiety. But
Okay.
right now, we are really determined to listen from your side that how you can manage because we want to learn.
Okay. Okay, let me share you a story. I was traveling for the very first time and I was at the airport. I had everything cleared, my visa, my passports, and everything. And I was like in the front, the ticketing officer in front of me, and he was like, "Where are you traveling?" I was like, "I'm traveling with my friends," but I was literally jerking, shaking my hands. She was like, "Okay, and where do you work?" I told them that I am a doctor and I work in this hospital, but I was continuously so nervous, so nervous. Well, I don't know why, but when I got done with everything, like everything was done, and I traveled. But when I traveled for the next time, I already knew that these things will happen, and I have to answer these things, and I was mentally prepared for these things. So whenever you know that you get scared or you know, you get stressed by some situations, do that more often. Then you not get that much scared by those things, right? So basically, what anxiety is a fear or apprehension that what's going to come in front of you. It um what you have to face, that's kind of anxiety. And what is generalized anxiety disorder? That is excessive, persistent, unreasonable worrying for no reason. Basically, anxiety leads to depression, and depression can lead to a suicidal attempt. It may affect to a children, a teenager, it may affect to a person on job, relationship breakdowns, it can do everything. But if you control anxiety or stress management at the ground level, it will not lead you to the bad outcome. So basically, it's a normal human emotion which can be controlled, which you can cope up with different mechanisms. But if you feel the other person has a disorder, because most of people has generalized anxiety disorder, which you are not able to differentiate between these two. So when it comes to generalized anxiety disorder, it's all about you know um, people who cannot control their worries. Like you can say one of my patient was very anxious about that. Whenever anything wrong happens, she says that no, it happened because of me, my children are not on right track just because of me, and we are poor because I used to spend a lot of money. So taking everything on herself, like whether it could be a family issues, that could be a job issues or anything. So basically, this is called generalized anxiety disorder, in which the patient know that they worry excessively but they can't control it. In that case, you can control it with the help of medicines and cognitive behavioral therapies. Okay, so a very common example of anxiety and a generalized anxiety disorder I'll give you now. If you're in a forest and suddenly a tiger came in front of you, then what you're going to do? Definitely you're going to run. You're not going to stay there and let the tiger come and eat you. So how does this work in this uh, in your body? There's a system called fight and flight system, in which different mechanisms and chemicals released into your body. Most commonly is adrenaline rush, you can say. And what causes it? It increases your heart rate, give more blood to your brain, and you start breathing heavily. So definitely your brain starts thinking more, and this is the response to the stress, and it generally causes anxiety, but in good terms. Like before your exams you have anxiety, before your interview you do feel anxiety, before going to a new place you always feel anxiety. So it is very normal. But when it is generalized anxiety disorder, you have seen people panicking on normal situations. Even you feel that's nothing big deal, but the other person's going to panic. Like I have seen people reacting to when if a sudden there's a light breakdown or electricity shutdown breakdown, so many people get scared by that even. So that's also a kind of uh, generalized anxiety disorder. So now I'll let you know how to control if you see a patient with a generalized anxiety disorder, how what a normal human being can contribute to help that person to get better. So it's called 5 4 3 2 1 rule, and it's very simple. Anyone of you know about it or heard about it before? Nope. Okay. It's a very simple thing. Very simple. Five. We have how many senses we have? Number one, you have to ask what five things that a person can see. Just five things. It could be anything that he could see. For what five things, what he can feel, whatever he can feel. Third, what three things he could hear. Second, what two things he can see. One, what is the thing that he can taste? So this is called 5 4 3 2 1 rule here. Okay, very easy thing. Very easy thing. Have you ever seen a child with an anxiety disorder and or anything like anyone in your family or children informed you about that, like I do feel stressful in school, I don't want to go to school because my teacher says this, or my colleagues bully me, or something like that, because it's a very common thing. Different students came to me with this complaint. So basically they have developed anxiety for this. So uh, one in a- uh, 1 in 8 children develop anxiety, and how to overcome with them, you have to educate them that what happened. Listening, talk therapy. The best way to overcome anxiety is talk therapy. Talk to them what happened, what scares them, make them go through that roads more often. Like I still remember there was a patient at my workplace. Liari came to me. She was, she was scared to move from her home. Why? Because few years back she has seen bullets firing from that road. Every time her mother goes out, she starts screaming. Every time his fathers go out of home, she starts screaming that no, please don't go, please don't go. So what we suggest, take her to that road more often now, so she can see that the things are changed now. She can manage her stress according to the situation now. So this way you can talk to the children, you can take them there more often, you can go with them, you can sit with them and make them realize the things has been changed now. You have talked to the children's, or anyone they are scared of. So basically this is the way you can deal with the children in general. Like being me, being you, how you deal with it. A very easy thing is lifestyle modification. First of all, sleep regularly. It's a very important thing. Everyone should sleep at least 8 hours a day, or you can say a night. So sleep is very important. The second thing is water. We like from since childhood I've been listening drink more water, but still I do drink 1 to 3 liters, sometimes 4 to 5 liters as well. So drink water. Second thing. The third thing, stop smoking. The fourth thing is meditation. Meditation, people usually often say what is meditation, why people do meditation. Meditation is so boring, where to do it, how to do it. And generally when I started doing meditation, I was like, how can a person sit in quietness for a long 10, 20, 40 minutes, even for hours? It's so hard to concentrate your mind at one place and to do meditation. Has anyone of you tried meditating? Okay, how was your experience?
Yes,
That was quite.
It's a quite a personal experience always a meditation, because
Okay,
when you are in meditation it is but you feel peaceful. That's I can say.
exactly.
Feel peaceful, yeah. You have so many thoughts, you can collect that thoughts and you can control it, yeah.
Exactly. Any one of knows like how to do a meditation, how to concentrate your thoughts at one place? Has any one of you has done or attended session related to that?
Yes, in the starting
Okay,
that was quite hard.
I can feel you
That it
because
was
when I
quite hard.
Mhm.
but when we were just keep practicing and just trying to focus on the thing, so I must say that 10th or the 12th time I just got succeed.
Okay, but when I was doing it for the first time, I was unable to focus for at least 3 minutes. It was very hard, but now I can easily do it for 10 to 15 minutes, and I'm so proud of myself that I can sit in quietness for 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, so the other thing is exercises, because exercise release many hormones or chemicals in your body that helps you um, manage with your stress. Okay, so I can tell you that before this speech, I was so anxious. I was so nervous. I was like, I am giving speech on anxiety and I'm already so much stressed. Why? Because I haven't written this speech. But here, right now, I'm delivering you. Any questions from your side about anxiety, how to do it? What are the side effects? What are the treatments? You can always ask. Ask,
No, no, actually, I want to ask a question.
please.
Okay. So, okay, you told about a lot of techniques to conquer anxiety, right? Is there any technique that can prevent anxiety
It's a
or
normal human emotional, it's a
make you
normal
more?
human emotion.
Yeah.
You cannot prevent it. It's a normal human emotion, but you can cope with it. Your strategies, how you cope with the things, how you take that thing is very it's it matters a lot. If a person who has been into world wars and tsunamis, who has seen that, if any situation comes in front of him that world war is happening again, he will not be that anxious or nervous as compared to the other person that who has not seen these things previously. So how you take that thing, how you cope with those things, or how you lower your anxieties with this can happen, but you cannot generally avoid this anxious situations, because if if there could be anything that could prevent you from anxiety, then you won't be able to study for your exams. If a day before your exams you'll be, it's okay, tomorrow exam, it's okay, I'll do what is possible. So it is not possible. Okay, any more questions? Or I should continue with some types and let you know more about some types of anxieties. Okay. Any one of
I
you
have
has
a
noticed or heard about post-traumatic disorder syndrome?
Yes. Yes.
Any words?
yes.
Yes.
What's that?
It's kind of when you are through a traumatic experience and you cannot
Mhm.
uh, snap out of it, and you're
Exactly.
you're affected because of it, even when you're living a normal life.
Exactly. So if a bomb blast happened, or if anything happened in front of your eyes that you cannot bear that loss, or if any loved one expires in front of your in your eyes, then it's generally after that, like after a month or two after that, you generally feel, if you heard about anyone is not feeling well, or if anyone is
We've heard about soldiers having
PTSD,
this.
post-traumatic stress. The other anxiety disorder is anxiety disorder.
Just wait for some seconds,
Is she
few
online?
seconds.
I'm
Yeah,
here, can you hear me?
yeah,
Yes,
Okay.
she's
yes, we can.
Have you heard about obsessive compulsive disorder, OCDs? It's a very common thing.
yeah.
What happens in that, it's like you see irrational thoughts coming to you, repeated behaviors. If a person is going to wash hands, going to go again and again to wash hands, and he'll that person still feel that my hands are dirty. And this is called obsessive compulsive disorder. And the second one I would like to tell you about is um, separation anxiety disorder. It's a very common when you feel the loss of a loved one, or you'll feel that my parents will leave me, my friends will leave me. So So it's also a very common type of disorder. Phobias are a very great, excessive patients come with phobias in our daily society. Have you ever seen people going to washroom with having some fears at night? At childhood, I used to be very much fearful of going to the washrooms at night. So I would like to end the video by saying if you want to manage anxiety, sleep regularly, eat chocolates, try chamomile tea, try ginger or turmeric because it helps you to manage anxiety.
I have one last question though. Toastmaster Navita, I have a question.
Is she done with her speech?
Yeah, she has. Toastmaster Navita, here's my question. Are you there?
There's an internet connectivity issue.
Yeah,
I keep
yeah,
saying
she's there. Okay.
She's
So Toastmaster Navita, uh, are we supposed to listen to you or Toastmaster Latif in terms of eating habits?
I guess she's not
Hello,
here.
I think my internet is
Yes, sir.
just acting up.
Yeah, sure. You don't need to turn on the video. Just keep it on audio if that's what it is. Did you hear my question?
No, I'm just here with my phone's connection. Wi-Fi is not working.
Okay. So my
So
my
I think
question.
my time has also been.
No,
No, I didn't hear.
you just hit the yellow. Okay. So just a brief question. Are we supposed to
Okay, okay.
listen? Yeah. In terms of
Are you supposed?
yeah, in terms of what to eat and what not to eat, are we supposed to listen to you or Toastmaster Latif?
You have to listen to both because that's why you are there.
That's not possible, right?
Eating
Try
syndrome
chamomile tea.
because
It's the best thing. It worked for me at night, so I'll suggest you all to have a chamomile tea and deal with your anxieties. And I'm always there to help you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. and Toastmaster Navinta. Now come towards our next speaker, who is Toastmaster Azhar, and he will be evaluated by Toastmaster Wajahat. Toastmaster Wajahat, would you like to explain his project details?
yeah. Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the day. Uh, his speech topic is winter, my favorite season. He is on level one, which is evaluation and feedback, and level one is speech two. So I wish him best of luck for this speech. Thank you very much.
My topic is winter, and winter is a one of favorite season of mine. In our country, we have 4 to 5 seasons: summer, winter, spring, autumn, and rainy. Winter are the coolest seasons. It starts from the December and lasts till March. The peak time when winter is experienced the most and uh, December and January in Pakistan. Winters hold great importance. In addition, the essence is hates admired by many people. Winters give you the time to indulge in various activities, especially in northern areas. I like the northern areas. I want to go over there, especially Mari, Sawat, and other northern areas. I like snowboarding, fighting, building snowman, and etc. Uh, especially skating. It is great time. Winter is especially great time for the kids because they enjoy very well in winter as compared to summer. It's my opinion. You can against my opinion, but this is my opinion. This is my research. This is why basically I like more and more winter as compared to summer. That's why I'm giving the vote to winter. Winter the season is the good for everyone, especially who lives in our city, Karachi, because of load shedding, electricity load shedding. We don't get electricity load shedding, and we never think about okay, we should have electricity or not. because in the summer we always see that this kind of problems, especially electricity. Not we can't do this anything, and we we can't do basically we cut off the all the things. Especially I'm a designer. I need it without electricity. I can't do this. My UPS backup is 1 and 2 hours, but after 2 hours, nothing I do this. So that's why I prefer to winter. And in the whole month, I think I didn't see any load shedding. So these are good for our cities, especially in Karachi. So that's why I like the winter. Only one thing I can manage in the winter, but all is good. I early in the morning, I come in the office on the time, and I did a meeting. All things, all my activity is good. Only one thing. What? When I take shower, because I can measure water. Sometimes I uh, I want to see the very hot water, sometimes the very cold water. This is a very difficult time, especially I have the, let's suppose today I have the meeting and I have to go early in the office. So that's why it's very difficult for me. Sometimes I'm confused. Okay, but these are necessary. Otherwise, I like winter and it's a good season for me, especially. I know that my seniors, Ghulam Qadi said, Saab said, he doesn't like the winter, but I like the winter, and he can suggest me, he can give me the his opinion about the this winter. Okay, this is my topic. So end of the day, in conclusion, my topic, winter is a good for me and I like it. That's all. Okay. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Azhar. Now come towards our next speaker, Toastmaster Anam, and she will be evaluated by Toastmaster Navinta. Would you like to explain her project details?
Toastmaster Anam will be giving her purpose of this project for the members to apply her leadership skills and planning knowledge to develop a project plan, organize a guidance committee, and implement the plan with the help of a team. The purpose of the first speech is for the members to introduce her plan and visions. Welcome, Toastmaster Anam Kadri.
And what about the speech length?
5 to 7 minutes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, dear Navita. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Let's grab our time scope today. Oh, you must not be knowing what a time scope is. Well, it is something similar to a time machine, but you don't get into it to travel in the past years or in the future. In fact, you just pick it up, put it here, and you'll be able to view something into the past. You'll be able to peep through the years into the past. So let's all of us grab our time scope. And let's move on to 10 years back, maybe? Oh, no. I don't see myself in those 10 years. Then maybe a little further, 15? Oh, no. Not even that. Maybe a little more. I won't tell you the years, but let's travel. I see the door. I open the door and I find myself sitting in a physics class. The teacher is presenting the concepts of quantum mechanics. The little Anam is sitting there, all engrossed in the teacher's lecture, yet shivering from inside. And there was this dreaded knock at the door. The door opens. The peon enters in. Miss, the principal is calling Anam at the office. Oh my God. So that dreaded time is finally here. The little Anam gets up from her seat, moves, decides once again what she has to speak in front of the principal. Although it's just a one-liner, but that 3-minute walk to the principal's office seems to be like 3 hours. Slowly, she gets up, revising those lines over and over again in English. Because, well, she's too young. And since everywhere Urdu language is spoken, maybe that is why she's not that comfortable constructing her sentences in English. She jumbles up the words. She tries to construct her sentence. What will she say in front of the principal? Jittery teeth, wet hands, a lot of words circulating in her brain. She tries to calm herself down, but no. At this moment, not at all. Please don't even try to calm me down because this storm will not end until I'm done with it. And 1,000 times she revises and revises it until that principal's door appears in front of her. She stood there thinking, okay, am I sure I want to speak this in this sentence, in this way, in this English? Will I be rude? Oh God, please help me that I come out victorious from this door once I'm done and say, okay, I'm done with it successfully. And she opens the door, get inside, only to find 3 more people sitting in the principal's office, apart from the principal himself. Well, those 3 presences were enough to make her a little more confused, a little more nervous. All of a sudden, the mind went blank. But then she tried to construct herself, giving her request, saying out her request aloud in front of the principal. The principal is working. He just looks up from behind those glasses. Okay. All right, Anam, you may leave. I'll think about it. That's it. Anam is done with that little task. She finally says it out. Done and dusted. And with that, she raced back to her class, thinking, okay, finally I can do something. But those 5 to 7 minutes of her walk and her revision, and until she had said, she had demanded her request or made her request to the principal, were the minutes of her lifetime. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, this was the little Anam during her school life. And the children I see today gives me a very good lesson. They have grown a lot confident, a lot more vocal. In fact, I have visited the Karachi Gavel Club a couple of times, enough to think that those children are children just, I can say, out of the space for me. They are so expressive. They can speak ad hoc. They can be fluent with that. Even if they're asked to say something as an extempore, that's enough to blow my mind off because they are so good at their expressions. They are so good at their language. They are so good at their sentence construction. And this leaves me thinking right now that these children should be encouraged more and more so that they are more open, so that they can give off their feelings, they can express their feelings. And with this, I have a plan to hold an international speech contest for the children, for the Gaveliers at the Karachi Gavel Club, to inculcate those feelings of motivation so that they come out with their thoughts since they're so expressive about it. And I'm sure with the way that they are so vocal, they would really be able to conquer the world. Because we encourage the generation today, we get the output tomorrow, and this is going to be fruitful in the long run for all of us, for our society, for our country, and for everyone, for everyone's well-being. Thank you so much. Over to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Anam, and all speakers. Congratulations to all of you for completing their parts and their projects. come towards our second segment, which is going to be more interesting after so much informative session. That's to DTM Teller. Do you want to speak something?
Yeah, sorry. We
No,
need
it's
to
okay.
ask for votes as well before we move on to table topics.
Okay, thank you so much for reminding me. Kindly cast your vote according to you that who has spoken well. So just let me X the timer that all the speakers are qualified.
No, there were three speakers who have been over time
Okay.
or under time. There were Toastmaster Kareem. He spoke for 4 minutes 34 seconds, and Toastmaster Ali, who spoke for 7 minutes 35 seconds, and Toastmaster Azhar 3 minutes 37 seconds. So they are disqualified from voting.
Uh,
DTM
Toastmasters,
Tella.
can you repeat the names again of
Toastmaster
disqualified?
Kareem,
Yeah.
yeah, Toastmaster Kareem, Toastmaster Ali Ashar, and Toastmaster Azhar.
Okay, fair enough. So that means 5 are qualified. I'm floating the poll right now. And meanwhile, you can continue, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much. I have cast 5 votes as well for my best speaker for tonight's meeting. Come towards our next segment, which is so much interesting. That's a table topic session. So let me welcome today's table topic master because she has planned something extra because this is the season of winter. So let me welcome none other than Toastmaster Hiba. Toastmaster Hiba, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, the stage is yours.
Fellow Toastmasters and guests, winter, am I audible and visible?
Yes, you are.
Yes.
Winter brings with it cold breezes, long dark nights, coffee, and dry fruit, which we all love to eat. And before I start, Mr. VPE, our dear DTM Tanah bin Hamid has reminded me. I forgot to mention. Please, all the speakers who I'll be calling, do speak the word of the day, which is frigid. Okay. Winter brings with it cold breezes, long dark nights, coffee and dry fruit, which we all love to eat. People cozying up in blankets, sitting near fires, heaters, wearing warm clothes. People also prefer to switch their diet food to having soups and stews, and niharis and pies in our local Pakistani tradition. And moving on, I will be calling a few speakers. And the first speaker would be, let me see. Okay. I would like to call upon, or since all of them are, okay, I would like to call upon Mariam Aftab Kidwai. Can you please switch on your uh, camera and your mic? TM Mariam?
Hi.
Hello. Okay. So I would like to give you a situation, and you'll have to speak on it using word of the day, which is frigid. What
Can
type
you
of,
repeat that?
sorry, I'm giving you the situation, I'm speaking the situation. So do speak,
Okay.
listen. Okay. What type of food do you like to eat in winters and why? You please use word of the day, which is frigid.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you for this situation. I'm a foodie person. I love food. And being a Karachi wali, I think all of we can just, we can accept the fact that we do love food. Food is something we can give anything up to. exercise, dieting is really hard for me. And even winters, oh my God, I want to lose my weight. I am doing exercises and all that stuff, but the weather is so frigid that I cannot lose right now. I can, that sweating. I cannot sweat right now. The weather is like that. But definitely, when it comes on food, it's quite hard for me to do dieting and all these stuffs. I love nihari, obviously, as you have said that before, and pie. That's my favorite. If I'll have a chance, okay, that I can eat anything right now, I love to eat that food. Pie, nihari, there's no doubt in it, and and biryani. I think that's all. That's the common thing that we all love. Well, when it comes on the weather, I think these are the things that we all love to eat in this frigid weather in the winters. And I think that's the common thing that I can say right now. Thank you.
Moving on, I would like to call upon TM Furkan. Can you please switch on your mic? Okay. And TM Furkan, are you switching your mic on?
No, he actually has a speech impediment, so he cannot speak.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. Okay, I'll call upon someone else. Or TM
Sorry,
or
Toastmaster Sahiba, we can do one thing. You can assign Toastmaster Furkan a topic and he can write his speech in the chat box. How about that? And meanwhile, you can call another speaker. Is that good with you?
fine. I will write say out the situation. He can write it in the chat box. So TM Furkan, please do listen to what I'm saying carefully. If you were living in a country which experiences cold weather all the time, would you like to migrate to a warm country in winters? Just write. Would you like to do it or not? Just give your opinion. Okay. Moving on to another speaker. I would like, since all others are members, I would like to call upon, how about TM Ali Ashar Anjum? Can you please switch on your camera? Okay. Can you switch on your camera? Okay. What type of dry foods do you like eating in winters and why?
Can you repeat the topic?
Okay. What type of dry fruits do you like eating in winters and why?
Oh, I think the winter is one of the most loving, uh, lovely season, and I think in the region like Pakistan or especially in the Karachi, winter is a blessing for all of us. About dry fruits, I like them, but not really like them. But my mother always makes sure that I should eat all those s- walnuts, nuts, almonds, pistachios, and etc. etc. And I think the thing thing she do so because they are really good for health and the uh, anything that is healthy I don't like them, so that's why I uh, in in all of them I guess I love almonds. So over to you a table topic master.
Okay, moving on. Now I would like to call upon my own speaker, TM Latif Mansoor Ali. Can he switch on his camera? Okay, TM Latif, here's a situation for you. There are winter sports such as ice skating, skiing, sledging, snowboarding, snowmobiling, team sports, other sports such as other winter sports such as ice climbing, ice cricket, and recreational sports such as ice fishing and snow golf. It gives, sorry, it's a bit too much, but I just researched upon it. So, if given the chance, what would you like to play and why? Any of your favorite snow sports, winter sports, sorry, which you would like to play if given the chance?
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. If given a chance to play in winter, I would always love to play football. Not only because it has a lot of team game, it has a lot of energy to run and make yourself warm. I love the way we encourage each other just by sending small passes, and the way we see that pass turns out to be a goal. It has always make me pleasure when my team wins, when I assist a ball and it has a score. Yes, winter's games are always energetic, when always very needful because we wear few of the extra clothes on top. Yes, we do run a lot to make ourselves little warm up, but before the game, when we when we stretch ourselves to warm ourselves to make it energy to give the best game of our moment. Yes, the winters are the best thing because then we have a lot of time to reassess our game positions also. One more thing, not only football has an effort of making a team together, but that also has that you, even your captain or the coaches and all make such an impact that you achieve that goal. And why not? Why not? If we all focus on our goals, why not? If we all focus on our achievements, why not we all praise of what we have achieved? I'm not sure that we need winter for this. Any game, anywhere, we can play our best shot, our best score, a best person of ourselves. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster for the day.
Okay, sorry, keep on forgetting. And Mr. VP always reminds us. He's very gracious to remind me. I all the table topic speakers have to use word of the day, which is frigid. Unfortunately, I think TM Latif didn't, and the previous speaker as well. Okay, moving on. I would like to call upon our dear Mr. VPE DTM Talha because he's requested me to. So, DTM Talha, I would like to give you a small situation. What is your favorite winter clothing to wear and why? Please use word of the day.
Okay. Thank you so much, Table Topics Master. Till about 6:45 p.m. this week, my favorite piece of winter clothing was actually a gray sweater that I have, and I love it. It's very comfortable. It's very seamless, and as you know, I'm not the fittest of persons, but still, it manages to fit well and not make me look like a balloon. Uh, but that was before 6:45 p.m. this evening. Uh, Today, sitting in this frigid room, you know, East open houses, hot in summer and cold in winter, uh, suddenly my life changed. I saw a piece of clothing that stole my heart, and that has become my favorite piece of clothing, winter clothing, even though I can't wear it. And some of you may have guessed it. It is the very cool and elegant hoodie that was being worn by our Toastmaster of the day. Uh, Effortlessly stylish and instant classic. Too bad I can't wear it, but that doesn't stop it from being my favorite. Thank you so much, and over to you, Table Topics Master.
Okay, thank you. Can do I have time for a few more speakers or not?
One guest has come. Sorry, DTM died.
Okay, let me see. oops, sorry. Okay. Now I'm addressing to our dear DTM Z Kalia. Please, can you switch on your camera? I suppose DTM Z, are you there? Okay. Since I'm the table topic master, okay. I think I will give you the previous situation, which I gave another one. If you are living in a country which experiences cold weather all the time, for instance, some of the European countries like England, or or even Scandinavian countries like Sweden, Denmark, Norway, which experiences a lot of cold weather all throughout the year. So, would you like to migrate to a warm country in winters if you are living in such a cold weathered country which experiences cold weather all the time? Please use
Okay.
word of the day, which is frigid.
Wait a minute. Okay. Fellow Toastmasters and guests. So I'm very pleased to join your meeting. And in my country, it is -100 centigrade. And that's why I'm shivering. And obviously, when you have a cold, you shiver and you feel nervous. So I'm glad to join your meeting, and I see bright faces, but you have dark complexions. So I don't want to migrate to your city because I think that I will have that dark complexion. So therefore, I would like to invite all of you to my country, which I don't know the name right now. Let me think. I think it's Canada, because in Canada we have -100, and you will enjoy, because if you are living in Canada, you can have ice lolly, because all you need is Ruh Afza, which is abundant in Karachi. You can come with Ruh Afza, and then you will have ice lolly there. You will have your famous Gola Ganda there. Anytime you want to eat, you can have it. You have to come out of your house. You have a shovel, and you can make that Gola Ganda, and you can enjoy. So I think I will not be migrating in winters. Probably I may migrate in my summer or your winter, so that I can enjoy the summer, because when a person is living in -20, 30, 8 or 10 degrees will be summer for him. So back to Hibar Khan.
Okay. With that, I would like to end the table topic session because I've been given the signal by some official people. Okay. Timer, have all the speakers qualified?
Yes, all the speakers are qualified.
Okay, please do vote for your favorite speaker, and the vote counter will be floating the link.
Can you repeat the names once again so that I don't miss anyone?
Toastmaster Mariam, Toastmaster Ali Asher, Toastmaster Latif, yourself, DTM Kala, and DTM Z.
Okay, fine.
Okay, so please do vote for your favorite speaker, a table topic speaker, and I hand back the virtual stage to the Toastmaster of the evening, that is TM Fire. Thank you.
Actually, TM Faya is away for 10 to 15 minutes, so she will be joining back. But again, this is time for journal evaluation, so let's invite our journal evaluator for today, Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali.
Good evening. Good evening, fellow friends. Today, as general evaluator, I have been noticing each and every moments and timings of the meeting. First of all, let me congratulate. It was a very interesting speeches today. We all loved it. Not only about awareness, it's about how to manage and how to be yourself. So I really enjoyed today's speeches. Everything, I think it looked like we all were intact with one message to be delivered, and that was to build our better ourselves. So now let me invite our first speakers. Evaluate. Okay, the first speaker was TM Latif, and he was evaluated by TM Heba Rais Khan. TM Heba, please, if you can.
Thank you, TM Latif. Okay, the topic that you spoke upon is the first thing which immediately caught my attention. Having weight issues or being overweight is a common problem faced by thousands and millions of people across the world. Being overweight also leads to a lot of social as well as psychological problems in an individual, which we all are aware of. And I think that this is why it is important for us to maintain a healthy lifestyle with a healthy diet. And your speech proves it with good facts and figures. During the time you spoke, I thought you had good clarity, and I found you confident during your speech. You also had good eye contact during your speech, and you were constantly looking at the camera. And I also thought that you had good gestures which you used to express yourself during your speech. Audience, I thought that the audience were quite aware about what you were speaking, and they were thoroughly engaged in it. And like I mentioned earlier, you were comfortable during the time you spoke, and I could not detect any signs of hesitation or nervousness. And also the way you had constructed your speech was quite good, with good English, and it was quite interesting for the audience as well as me. And it was also well researched with the good facts and figures which you had taken from a website called BodyFast. However, like some speeches, there's some areas of improvement which I thought you could have, which you could have overcome, which you should work upon. Firstly, I thought you lacked vocal variety, and you could have brought vocal variety in different parts of your speech to, enhance your speech more and make it more interesting to the audience. And I also thought that you lacked facial features. You could have sorry, be a bit more expressive in your facial features during your speech, and it could have made it a bit more funny and more interesting. And I also thought that you could have been a bit more flexible, like go about moving from here and there in your speech. And with that, I would like to conclude and say that you are a very good speaker. And with the slight improvements mentioned, you will definitely become a much better speaker in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, TM Heba. Yes, I will improve. Thank you for the feedback. Our next evaluator was Noreen Fatima. She will be evaluating speech for TM Kareem Meghani. Noreen Fatima, please, if you can.
Toastmaster Noreen, you are not audible.
Am I audible now?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. General Evaluator. Today, Toastmaster Kareem Meghani introduced one of my favorite personalities today. Yes, Dr. Adil Anzur. He is one of the favorites of many youths, and he did an amazing job for the whole Pakistan. And you did an amazing job while introducing him, while sharing his contributions for Pakistan. And yes, he is a silent contributor. You already mentioned that although he is living in US, but he is doing much more for Pakistan by advocating the contemporary issues of Pakistan. And as we all know, that every speech has three important components: a catchy opening, a strong body, and a conclusion. And you started with a quotation, and in the beginning, you grabbed the audience attention, and it helped you in that to gaining confidence. And overall, it was a great speech. You also mentioned some of his achievement, that he is a youth activist and he has been awarded as Sitara Imtiaz. You forgot to mention that he has been the ex-VC of Lums University, which is one of the Pakistan's renowned educational institution. And he is also a climate activist. He has delivered many TED Talks on climate change, which is considered to be the one of the biggest externality of 21st century. And we all know that there is always room for improvement. So I have two suggestions. The first one is that as when we you were when I could be at your place and would be introducing Dr. Adil Najam, I could share my experience of his of one of the meeting I had in a conference, and or you could also share some of the aspects or incidents from his life, so it would be more engaging. Last but not the least, I witnessed the conclusion of the speech was abrupt, and it could be more improved if you could mention some of the important characteristics of his life that we could apply in our lives and become better persons. Overall, it was a great speech. Your body language was great. It was inclined with your content. Only by working with with the suggestions that I have shared, you can do wonders in your future projects. Over to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you, TM Noreen. And TM Kareem, for you, please keep inspiring us. You are an amazing speaker. Now, next speech was delivered by our, TM Noreen. And let me invite our president, TM Murusa Kaval, please, if you can. TM Murusa, do you want me to time your evaluation? Or?
No, I can do it. I can do it. I'm able to do it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, General Evaluator. So, Toastmaster Noreen, a girl who was super shy, super reserved, who kept her to herself and broke the barriers slowly and surely. Your speech was the embodiment of communication. What stood out to me in your speech were the transitions that you made from one incident to the other. You told us about your school life, the way you gave presentations, the communication challenges that you had, then your journey with Toastmasters, and then you shared some data about different styles. What I would mention as an improvement to your speech would be you were a little bit shifty. Maybe it was you were excited to talk about your, your life in school, or maybe you were excited to share. You seem to not stand in one place, shifting from one foot to the other. So, as an idea, maybe find three places on the screen and stand in those three places, give your speech from these three places. Then, second, what I would like to suggest is your speech lacked a little bit of structure. The transitions were perfect. In all, the structure was a little loose. Maybe mention your own styles first and then go on to your journey rather than meshing them up. All in all, your speech was wonderfully delivered. You told us about a lot of things, and we got to know more about you as a person who has been on a long journey communicating and learning new things. Best of luck for your next project. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, President. Our next speaker is TM Wajahat, and let me invite myself to the podium. Okay, just 1 second. Let me take out this. have always noticed when there are two boys walking around together, and by just in frank way, someone hits our head towards down. We say, please don't hit here. This is our important brain. Today, TM Wajatullah Khan has really made our eyes towards that brain to think about our conscious mind. So, congratulations, TM Wajatullah, because when I see your speeches, I really understand that how deep you understand the projects and importance of the stage, because whenever you have this 5 to 7 minutes, these are the time when you can make, deliver, impress, and make sure the others take a message with them. So kudos to you. You have done a brilliant job while assisting a topic where which is always a common one and sometimes goes neglectable also. When it comes to parameter of the speech, of course, as I said, guardian angel, the way you started your speech was amazing. You made sure that everyone is hooked up of what you are saying. The parameters of the speech, like for example, the spoken language, the voice variety, the eye contact, the power what you show towards with your hand on the camera, which reflects the audience by ourselves, it's amazing. You feel very confident and comfortable against with the audience. So you have excelled everything on this level. Let me ask something about how you can make yourself more better towards this speech. This speech was more into if you can add some engaging our audience. Now, of course, yes, you are sharing your speech, your content, it is powerful. You know this, and almost everyone knows that what you are delivering is good. But let us bring someone in the or from the audience. That will help. You can have some audience engagement, well constructed speech. Yes, it is, but then a little more. Why not to have your own personal touch? What we have experienced in your previous speeches. Camera setting, please look at my remarks in the WhatsApp message which I've sent you. Now, this might be your fourth speech, but I am enjoying it. And I am seeing, as we already finished Tall Tales and the area contest, I can see you over there at that stage, fighting for the district. Please bring that, keep delivering your speeches, and you have that voice, you have that gesture, you have that looks to, make us impress with your style and leave us with a mesmerizing message. So just work on a mesmerizing message, which will evaluate and help you to be a better speaker and with engaging audience. Thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator. That is me, myself.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
My bad, actually, I said Wajatullah Khan. If you don't mind, I'm sorry. Okay, our next speaker is TM Ali Ashar Anjum, and both greats. DTM Dala, please evaluate his speech.
Thank you so much. Just give me a moment. Okay. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, Toastmaster Ali Ashar Anjum, Engaging Humor, Level 2, Know Your Humor, or Discover Your Humorous Style. As I mentioned earlier, Toastmaster Ali Ashar Anjum, your speeches are already humorous, or at least they have elements of humor. And in this project, you needed to stand out a little bit from your normal speeches because your pathway is also engaging humor. I am thrilled to note that you managed to achieve that. First thing first, was it a really humorous speech? Perhaps not, but it was humorous enough. And it brought a smile to our faces quite often, which is more than enough. Because when you write a speech, especially a humorous speech, You actually never know. You have no way of knowing whether the joke will land or not. But what you did exceptionally well was, first of all, you started with a smile, which went a long way towards selling your content as humorous content. You were exceptionally confident today. Your movements were exceptionally well planned, and your gestures. I don't know what this is. Will this be a gesture or like the way you inflated your body twice or thrice? Amazingly done. Amazingly done. And there was a natural ease to your gestures that usually is not there. So, congratulations. In every speech, you break some invisible barrier, and today you broke the barrier of movement and gestures. So, you also did one more thing exceptionally well, and that was you gave punchlines the breathing space to land, which most of us forget to do. We just want to rush through our speeches. We are so conscious of not forgetting the speech that we just rush through our speech. But you gave the punchlines the room to land and to breathe, which is exceptionally well done. Some improvement areas, first of all, I feel that sometimes you craft your speeches a little too well, and you're so conscious of not deviating even a little bit from your script that sometimes you appear to be too rigid and conscious. So try to let go of that a little bit because that's also a vital part of humor. Try to let go of the seriousness for a little bit. I know you want to get your project right. I know that. But sometimes losing it up a little bit is good. And that was basically my only improvement area. So I detected a little bit too much movement and gestures, but that was my personal opinion, may vary for all the other audience as well. So first of all, try to loosen up a little bit, try to balance the speech more between gestures and text, and finally relax because you are an amazing speaker. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, DTM Talha. Our next speaker, okay, Ali Ashar, please stay tuned. You are the next, and he will be evaluating Dr. TM Navinta Karan. Over to you.
Okay. Thank you so much to the General Evaluator Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali. I have a privilege and honor to evaluate the great speech of Dr. Navinta Karan, who is also a Toastmaster of Karachi Toastmaster Club. I must say, she started very well with her uh, examples, and then she started interacting with the audience, which uh, 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 which helped uh, every uh, everyone to uh, be captivated towards her. However, uh, 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 she just uh, gives lots of of questions throughout her speech. She discussed many types of anxiety. I must say, she uh, chose a, a very deep, deep, good topic for her speech. Uh, Informative, pertinent to the scenario, and I think everyone is battling with it. Her 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 project was of question answer session, and I must say she handled questions very well. But I think that uh, on an instant, while uh, uh, answering the question, you can start with the phrase that, yes, this is a very nice question. Thank you, DTM Talha, for this question. This will give you time to think about the question more. Overall, you did a great job. Over to you, General Evaluate.
Thank you, TM Ali. You are a champion. You've always doing multiple tasks, and I've always appreciated you. Let me share something today which I noticed that when TM Navinta was saying, you were very much about my time. I should not go overtime. It's okay when the question is from DTM Talha, we will give you extra minutes. No issues. Don't worry on that. Okay. Now, our next speaker, TM Azhar Khan, and he will be evaluated by TM Vajatul Haq. Please, TM Vajat, please, if you can.
Thank you very much. As soon as my turn comes out, the light gone. I cannot see the notepad properly. But the last evaluation of Mr. Azhar was he needs more vocal variety and more gesture. So we are definitely going to talk about it later, how he cook up the things in the next speech, whatever he is going to, he has done delivered today. He can be a very good speaker, and he's confident because if we look upon his experience in Toastmaster, he has been consolidated with the Toastmaster for not more than 2 or 3 weeks. So upon his experience, he is a good speaker. He can be a good speaker. He's getting better day by day. If we observe, his content is totally justifying whatever he's trying to say and whatever he's trying to deliver. He spoke for only 3 minutes or maybe 30 seconds. That was not enough, but at the time, he stayed on the topic. His body language is a bit aligned in a better way, but he needs improvement in that. Topic was 100% on the current scenario because we all are having winter season, so definitely for current scenario. The feedbacks are there. Uh, Actually, he doesn't have the vocal variation. Like whenever he got excited, he has to raise up the voice and lower down the voice. These kind of things he is a bit struggling, but not struggling is a very hard word, but it's a very small thing he can coop up whenever he just do something on that. He speaks a bit faster, so there is some kind of clarity with the issue that most of the time we just miss the thing, whatever he's trying to say. But if he just like whatever I am trying to do right now, because initially when I joined Toastmaster, I speak like a rickshaw. So now I am trying to just make my words properly. So all he needs to do is just speak properly, do some pauses because he doesn't have most of the time he don't use pause because pause most of the time bring impact on your speech. Uh, the main thing is that he lacks the time. From now onwards, I suggest that if he makes the speech, so he just shows his speech to the mentor, and also he just utilize in the front of mirror he used the speech, so he can calculate the time properly. Thank you very much.
Thank you, TM Vajatullah. Now let me invite international speech champion TM Anam's evaluator, and while inviting TM Navinta, let me say that future champion I'm going to invite now. So TM Navinta, please evaluate Anam Kadri's speech.
Sorry to interrupt. I
Okay,
didn't get
so
sorry. I didn't get to interrupt that much today, so I'm feeling that itch. Uh, but let me just mention for everyone's benefit that Toastmaster Navita was, I believe, the first KTC member in history to contract COVID-19, and you know why? You know how that came to be, because she is a frontline fighter against the infection. So uh, we all need to be grateful to her constantly. Over to you.
thank you, Riti Talha, and thank you for invite. Okay, so Toastmaster Anam Kadri's speech was about small wonder. I just liked how she started with a time scope. Even I was wondering what is time scope, and then she said you have to go back in time, like maybe 10 or 15 years back, and it was just a thought provoking. Like it was very clear that she wanted us all to get back to our school timings. She started with quantum mechanisms, and I was like, I even don't remember things, but I really liked the way that when teacher called her, and it created a sense of suspense that the 3-minute walk was every one of us was thinking what's going to happen in the principal room. The way she explained that scenario, that she went there and she was continuously thinking that what's going to happen inside and what she's going to reply. I really liked it, that how she has summed up all into the vocal variety and the comfort level, and that was easily I could easily feel by her gestures that what she's trying to express and what she's trying us all to feel, or what to get from her speech. And okay, so after that I okay okay, sorry. Okay, so after that she told us that the children's right now are much more confident compared to the earlier era. So I really liked her, that how she has compared the both generations. And for me it was a very nice speech. Her voice was very clear, eye contact was proper, there was vocal variety, and interest level was there. So all the best, Toastmaster Anam Kari. Thank you.
Thank you, TM
Evaluator.
Navita. Here we end all our 8 speakers and evaluation of them. Isn't it amazing? I think we are still normal our usual time, I believe. I think we still have another half an hour. Now, let me ask for timers if everyone has, all the evaluators have been within time.
Yes, general evaluator, me, myself, and Toastmaster Navita have been at time. Rest all have qualified.
What were the timings of you and Navita?
1 minute 45 seconds.
And what about Navita?
Same.
Oh, okay. No decision. Okay. So, can you please recap the name of the evaluators once again, so that I can put them on the poll?
Yes.
First one. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. No.
Please. President, please.
Toastmaster Hiba,
Yeah.
Toastmaster Noreen,
Yeah.
Toastmaster Lateef, DTM Talha, Toastmaster Ali Asher, and Toastmaster Vijay.
Just a second. I'm floating the poll. Toastmaster. Okay, so there were 6 evaluators, right? Let me just float the poll. And everyone, please cast your vote. General evaluator, you can continue in the meanwhile.
It's you only, sir, if you're ready. Table topic evaluation.
Wait, okay. Just give me a few seconds. Okay, thank you, Journal Evaluator. And since I was also doing the grammarian, so uh, I have not really separately evaluated the table topic speaker, but let me give a journal, if you like, journal evaluation of the table topic speakers. Uh, First of all, extremely relevant table topics assigned, very good situations given. In one of the cases, the situations were repeated maybe by the table topics master, but again, no worries there. Word of the day repeated very well, and very good job done. Normally, table topics masters skip on that. So first speaker is Toastmaster Mariam Aftab Kidwai, and she, as always, she was very, very uninhibited, and she's very, very passionate in whatever her thoughts and ideas are, and that was very, very apparent today. Uh, Today versus your previous speeches, I just thought that maybe due to the topic, your speech was a little less structured and more like a monologue. But other than that, as always, you delivered perfectly. And then we had Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali. And forgive me if I jumble the order of speakers a bit. So we had Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali. And just a second. Just let me consult my notes a bit. Uh, yeah. Okay. So Toastmaster Latif, uh, even though you had just delivered a speech, you delivered your table topics with your usual fervor. And today you were the only thing I noticed, and I'm noticing it throughout the meeting, that you're very conscious about standing up and doing your parts, and that is perhaps uh, taking a toll on your uh, mental readiness. And I can understand why that's happening. But again, overall, a job well done. I won't evaluate myself and DTM Zad Kalia. Uh, I don't know whether you were racist on purpose or was that part of a humor. But we can forgive that. And do you know why we can forgive that? Because you're not you do not have the color of the skin that you are purporting to have. So if and remember, ladies and gentlemen and children, if you make fun of a race that you are pretending to be, when you pretend to be of a person of another race and you make fun of another person, uh, that is completely all right and completely fine, except when you're black. So again, those are the rules I've been observing in this crazy world today. But Toastmasters, DTMZ, you were a little bit inhibited today, perhaps because of sitting down. You were in the shadows, which did not play well, since you accused all of us of being dark skinned. But nevertheless, you brought your usual humor to the table topic, and you actually ended up. Uh, Ended up convincing us that yes, you were indeed sitting somewhere that was minus 100 degrees Celsius, because that plays funny tricks with the mind. Anyhow, with that, over to you. And yes, Toastmaster Ali Asharanjam. Yeah, Toastmaster Ali Asharanjam. Once again, it's not easy to do a table topic immediately after a speech, and a speech as intense as you did. It was very apparent to everyone. But again, you did a great job. You did not read the audience though, and perhaps your expressions and body language was a little bit not quite there compared to your prepared speech, but overall, great job. With that, I hand over the charge back to General Evaluator.
Thank you, DTM Tala. Now, um, please guide me. I have to invite the role players, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, as per the order, first role player, timer, please, if you can give the timer's role.
Yes. General evaluator for the prepared speeches. Toastmaster Latif spoke for 7 minutes 22 seconds. Toastmaster Kareem spoke for 4 minutes 34 seconds. Toastmaster Wajahat spoke for 7 minutes 14 seconds. Toastmaster Noreen spoke for 7 minutes 30 seconds. Toastmaster Ali spoke for 7 minutes 35 seconds. Toastmaster Naveenta spoke for 17 minutes 20 seconds. Toastmaster Azhar spoke for 3 minutes 37 seconds, and Toastmaster Anam spoke for 6 minutes 47 seconds. For the table topics, guest Mariam spoke for 1 minute 16 seconds. Toastmaster Ali Asher spoke for 1 minute 20 seconds. Toastmaster Latif spoke for 1 minute 40 seconds. DTM Tala spoke for 1 minute 22 seconds. DTM Z spoke for 22 minutes 3 seconds. For the evaluation section, Toastmaster Hiba spoke for 2 minutes 49 seconds. Toastmaster Noreen spoke for 2 minutes 26 seconds. Myself, I spoke for 1 minute 45 seconds. Toastmaster Latif spoke for 3 minutes 11 seconds. DTM Tala spoke for 3 minutes 14 seconds. Toastmaster Ali Asher spoke for 2 minutes 51 seconds. TM Bajahat spoke for 2 minutes 44 seconds. And Toastmaster Naveenta spoke for 1 minute 45 seconds. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, President T.M. Orusa, our timer for today. Can I invite our counter, please? T.M. Azhar, if you're there.
Actually, he messaged me that he had to commute to his home, so he will join once he reaches home.
Okay. Let me invite T.M. Kareem, our listener for today.
So, as a listener, I need to listen to all the whatever the speeches and everybody was speaking. So I will ask you some questions now, and let's see that you know how many of you are paying attention. So I will repeat some sentences which some of the speakers were saying. Oh God, please help me.
Team Latif.
No.
Toastmaster Wajahat.
TM Anam, Bajaj, I think you're the first here. It has lot of energy. And nobody's saying. Even the guy who said it, maybe he recognized if he said it. It was not a speech, by the way. He said it in between. The general evaluator, TM Latif Mansoor.
What was it? What was the sentence?
The sentence was that it has a lot of energy, and then you continue to encourage each other. You were, I think, praising someone.
Right.
I didn't get the agenda.
Toastmaster Hiba.
Pretty much everyone today.
So I think it was said, in a very prominent way by DTM Tala. I didn't get it.
DTM Tala, yes.
And then he said that, I made the agenda. I am a foodie.
Mariam.
Toastmaster Mariam guess.
Perfect. Only lonely person.
Me?
Snowman fighting. Snowman fighting. No.
Toastmaster Azhar.
Yeah, Azhar. Okay, maybe the last. She will tear me out.
Toastmaster Ali Asher.
Ali Asher. Okay.
His mother.
Yeah. By the way, last comment that it was lovely to listen to some wonderful content today. Wonderful content. Yeah. Congratulations to all.
Thank you. Our counter, if I have to give a report, everybody has used some filler words, and let's move ahead. And now it's my report, right?
You forgot grammarian.
You said no that I'm giving two roles together. Okay, sorry. Please let me invite DTM Talab, our grammarian for today.
Yeah. So thank you so much, grammarian and word master. So, okay. So first of all, again, lots of great content, and it's a real struggle to catch grammatical errors, especially because some of those errors are not actually grammatical errors. They're just stumbles that speakers make during speaking. So it's very hard to draw a fine line, but nevertheless, I've tried my best. Someone said so much interesting could be such interesting. Do you like the winter? Do you like winter? I'm going to explain to you sleeping mode, sleep mode, this guy, this person. I use this a lot, so yeah, it's for me as well. Issue which is going on with her, issues which are affecting the world, hosting in PTV, hosting on PTV, not building strong relationships, not only building, again, and only was missing at this particular point. Um, I was a very introvert person. I was an introvert, and by the way, there's nothing wrong with introverts. I've never spoken. Negative thoughts are more stronger. Negative thoughts are stronger. Listen to answering, listen to answer. Did you ever know? You feel anxiety, you are anxious. Go early in the office, go to office early, travel in past, travel to past, construct herself, brace herself, a lot confident, more confident. Foodie person could have been only foodie and lacked little bit of structure, could have been lacked structure a little bit. Uh, some good usages and a lot, in fact, I'm not accustomed to public speaking. And again, am I audible? Uh, and that was used in a very, very humorous way. That's why I've highlighted it. We all are concerned about perfection in our lives. He is not in Pakistan, but he is in Pakistan. Being narcissistic, here I am again, all of a sudden. We encourage a generation today, we will get the output tomorrow. Embodiment of communication used in an evaluation by our president. With that, over to you, General Velvet.
Thank you, DTM Tala. DTM Tala, I have to ask you a question, please. I have noticed this before also when you were the grammarian, and like the way you are writing the sentence. Is it your typing speed, or it's just typing itself with whatever your system hears from the speaker? Because
sorry, didn't understand the question.
Okay, normally there is a mic, we say, and the Google writes for us.
Okay. No, there's no such thing.
Do you have similar something? You catch everything. You catch everything. And I heard, I saw
I don't catch everything, but my secret is that I use an Excel sheet, and that's the easiest to type in. So for evaluations, for grammarian, for accounting, I use an Excel sheet. That's pretty much it. Use any other thing and it will take longer to type.
A great commitment, by the way. It's a great commitment to take 2-3 roles. Yeah, it's wonderful.
Because you take only one, no? That's why. Okay, now it's time for vote for the role players. And meantime, I will my evaluation.
It's time for your general evaluator report, and then you'll hand to TMOD, and then TMOD will ask for votes.
Great. Is she back? Today, I witnessed not only 8 speakers, but 8 dynamic speakers, I should say. I was trying to figure out what messages were in contrast with starting from my speech till the end. And it was all in all for better person to be, and how to be showcase your better you to in front of audience, or how better person you can be. As per the project titles, I saw presentation mastery. There was Kareem who was giving 3 level of level 3 elective, dynamic leaders, present mastery, engaging humor. Everything had that aspect of show yourself, present yourself, how you can be the better person. While it came to evaluation, it was no harm. Every evaluator was spot on. They give each and exact what effective speaker should have and what should they can excel with. So I was totally engrossed today with this meeting. Let me tell you, when I received the agenda at around a couple of hours before the meeting, I felt we might lack DTM Tala, like what he roared last time in his speeches and all. We don't have those electric speaker today. But no, I was wrong, totally wrong. Though there was some politeness with each and every speaker, but wow, amazing. TM Anam, congratulations for this HPL. Actually, yes, every student needs this, every kids need this. And if you can go beyond the Gavels Club, please let us know also, because our kids also we would like to join if there is a category like this. But in terms of speakers, in terms of evaluation, in terms of role players, but as I am a general evaluator, I know how difficult it is to conduct an agenda. DTM Tala, kudos to you. You put a lot of effort while preparing this agenda, making it involve each and everyone. I know when we see your messages, many of us, especially for me, I feel like I should have replied you right away. And then it's amazing how you take care of each and every person in this room and in the whole group who you are connected with. Thank you once again, everyone. Love the meeting. Keep rocking. Make yourself present. Thank you. Over to Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, Mr. General Evaluator, for evaluating and just conducting in such a nice way. Now, I would like to give the charge back to Madam President Toastmaster Urusa Kawal. Stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Faya. All right, so we have one more voting left. Thank you, DTM Tara. The vote for Best Big Four. All right. So I think I can, if everyone has voted, we can start by announcing the Critics' Choice winner. Who do you think won Critics' Choice this week?
Tough.
Latif.
It may well be Navita as well.
And
Manam.
Well, yeah, it was really, really tough, I think. So that the judge would know. Toastmaster Anam, she won the Critics' Choice this week. And as the facilitator, Critics' Choice facilitator, Toastmaster Kareem Meghani for his role as the listener. Well done. So let's go with the regular votes of the meeting.
Yes, thank you so much. And two people have not voted for Best Big Four. Please vote. If you cannot vote, then send your votes manually. Meanwhile, let me announce the results. Best prepared speaker goes to Toastmaster Anam Kadri.
Again.
But I'm pleased to report that only by one vote. There were three very close speakers. So yeah. Okay. Best table topic speaker. I don't know. Like it's getting ridiculous now. Toastmaster Mariam Aftab Kidwai, you have won, but you'll only get your certificate.
Take the membership.
Yeah. See how we are, how our frequencies have matched. So Toastmaster Mariam, now you have to take the membership if you need that certificate. But congratulations. And okay, best evaluator was won by one vote, and that winner was myself. So trust me, I cannot vote. So that one vote was not mine. Okay, so okay, best big four. And here, one candidate rose like Burj Dubai rises over all the other smaller high rises around it, and but everybody got a fair share of votes. So, but Toastmaster Latif Mansoor Ali, the general evaluator, swept this
Wow.
category.
Congratulations, Toastmaster Latif. All right. So congratulations, everyone. We have a meeting. We do have a meeting coming up with CA Peshawar, right, on 24th or 23rd.
Yeah,
So,
though they have yet to confirm. Yeah.
mhm. So please, as the message is floated, please do take up the roles. We have a very good working relationship with CA Peshawar, and they are a really lovely bunch to have meeting with. So it would be a very nice joint meeting. It's ICAP Peshawar. And with that, let's adjourn the meeting for today and meet next week. Before that, possibly on the weekend
Before
as
we
well.
adjourn, let's congratulate Toastmaster Namita Karan and Toastmaster Latif for completing their respective levels, with the
Oh,
warning,
wow.
yeah, with the stern warning that please file ASAP. So, thank you so much,
Two-level
guys.
completions.
Yeah.
DDM Talha, I had to ask one thing. Can you repeat the dates for the combined meeting once more? You mentioned two or three,
Which
three or
which
four.
combined meeting? Yeah, the one with CA.
Yes, the
Yeah, the
first
next combined meeting is on 24th, tentatively.
one. Okay.
And after that, we have one combined meeting on 31st and another one on 6th. So, yeah.
So let's adjourn the meeting and meet next time whenever there is a meeting. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.